Hi everybody. So I'm Dr. Jared Barrieau, and I'm a chiropractor at Trent Health and Motion, located at the Athletic Center on the Trent University campus. So I'm partnered with Trent Athletics to present to you an introduction to mindfulness. So a little bit about me. So I am a University of Waterloo graduate. I did a Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Then I followed up with my Doctor of Chiropractic at the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College, just in North York. And then following graduation, I've done some continuing education courses in mindfulness through McMaster University. So today's discussion, what we're going to get into is we're going to get into what's the difference between meditation and mindfulness, because that's kind of a gray area for some people. The benefits of mindfulness, where to practice, when to practice, some of those basics, and then practices for beginners. So getting into ones that are easy, that are more encouraging for people that are just starting out. And then I'll take you through a short kind of guided meditation as well. So why do I meditate? So I started meditating in my third year of chiropractic school. Is around exam time. I was super stressed. I had insomnia. I would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, not being able to sleep. I would toss and turn and even sometimes just get up and study because I couldn't go back to sleep. Had really bad acid reflux and just couldn't relax. So what was I worried about? I was worried about my grades. I was worried about money. I was worried about whether I would succeed in my profession once I graduated. So all those things whirling around in my head. So I knew there was something that I needed to do. So the first thing I thought, okay, I'll try yoga. So I got myself a month membership and I went and I was enjoying it. But at the end of every class, they'd have a section where you're supposed to be mindful. You're supposed to lay with your eyes closed and focus on your breath. But I found myself just laying with my eyes open, just waiting for it to be over, thinking about what all I could be doing in this time and just never relaxing. But as the month went on, I started to notice changes. I would start to focus on my breath. I could actually close my eyes, and those thoughts that used to be whirling around in my head, they started to dissipate and disappear. So that's when I knew that mindfulness was a useful tool in my life. Okay, so what's the difference between meditation and mindfulness? So mindfulness is the practice of being present. So kind of living in the moment, as you will. So you're not dwelling on the past. You're not stressing about the future. You're just working in the present moment. So meditation, on the other hand, is a formal practice. So meditation is a really good way in order to practice mindfulness, but it's not the only way. And mindfulness is not the only reason why you might meditate also. So other ways you can be mindful. So something as easy as staring at the window and just thinking about things in the present. Like yoga itself is considered to be mindful. So you're focusing on the task at hand. You're focusing on your breathing. So yoga itself, and even going for a walk, if you're by yourself, just not getting into your thoughts, just being present. So what can mindfulness do for you? So there's a lot of different benefits for mindfulness, and I'll get into a couple of them. So mental, performance, physical, social, and relationship. That might be one that people might not associate with mindfulness meditation, and I'll get a little bit into that further. So in terms of the mental benefits, so reduce depression, helps regulate anxiety disorders, and reduce stress. So there's actually research out of Belgium that involved around 400 students between the ages of 13 and 20 years of age. And it concluded that students that followed in-class mindfulness programs reported reduced signs of depression, anxiety, and stress up to 6 months after the study. So that shows volumes on how mindfulness and meditation can be beneficial for your mental health. Also, performance benefits. So increased focus and attention, improves memory, promotes creativity. So a study out of the University of California suggested that during and after mindfulness training, subjects were more skilled and could keep focused longer during repetitive tasks and tasks that were considered to be boring. So again, showing some really impressive things just by practicing a little bit of mindfulness in your day. Physical benefits, so reduction in heart disease, reducing blood pressure. It can actually help in pain management, and that's how I tend to use it in my practice as well. So clinical research has demonstrated that practicing Zen style meditation reduces stress and blood pressure. So that's pretty cool as well. So social benefits, again, this might be one that's not top of the mind for mindfulness. So improving positive relationships, reduction in social isolation, which is pretty important nowadays with everybody being pretty isolated with the virus, and decreasing the feeling of loneliness as well. So in a study published from the American Psychology Association, subjects that did even a few minutes of loving kindness meditation increased feelings of social connectiveness and positivity towards individuals. And it suggests that it may be an easy way to decrease social isolation. So actually in a bit, I'll actually go through some loving kindness meditation with you. So that can be something you take away today as well. So where to practice? So when it comes to meditation, you can practice pretty much anywhere, but when it comes to your first meditation or just getting into it, obviously you want to make it as easy as possible on yourself. So some suggestions I would say is find somewhere comfortable, whether it be a chair, a yoga mat. I don't suggest a bed, just because a lot of the time your body associates being in bed and laying down with sleep. So it will be hard to stay wakeful during your practice if you do it in bed. You want to find somewhere that's quiet. Maybe it's your desk, maybe it's outside in nature. If you find it hard to find a quiet space, try to make yourself have a space by using headphones, putting on relaxing music, and then just shutting your eyes. You also want it to be calming. So in my apartment, I've set up a corner that are full of things that make me calm. So I have plants, I have a diffuser, I can put on relaxing music from my phone. So just setting yourself up to have a calming environment. And you also want it to be free of distractions. So don't do it in a common area where you know people are coming in and out, especially when you have roommates or pets or something like that. And put electrical or electronic devices away. So turn off your notification on your phone, turn off the TV, things like that. So positions that are good for meditation. So the picture on the left has someone sitting upright, crossing their legs. That's probably the image that most people get when they think of meditation, but that's not the only position, and that's not very accessible to everybody that's meditating. So what I suggest is starting in a chair, especially one with, again, good back support. And there's also laying down. There's a picture of a bed, but again, if you're doing it in bed, you might fall asleep. You're not keeping that wakefulness that you want to exude when you're doing a mindful practice. You can also do it cross-legged, but leaning against a wall. So if you don't have that strength or capacity right now to keep yourself upright for 5 to 10 minutes, then using a wall can take that stress off your back. But also, if sitting cross-legged is accessible, go for it. So when do we want to practice? So again, you can do mindfulness meditation anytime you want. Ones that I suggest are doing it in the morning. So that allows you to set daily intentions. So think about what you want to get out of the day and set your mind in that focus. You can use it as a mental break at work. So if you have a stressful moment, or maybe you have writer's block writing an essay, it's a good time to meditate, clear your mind, and then start again with a fresh perspective. Also, preparing for bed. So it is a good way to clear your mind and feel relaxed. I usually suggest that doing it an hour before your bed, just again, so you're not associating sleep and meditation, so you don't get in that cycle that you're going to fall asleep once you close your eyes. Even though some of us, that's a really exciting thought, just being able to close your eyes and sleep. Yeah, we don't want that to happen every time we meditate, because it takes away from our practice. Also preparing for a stressful situation. So maybe before a job interview, before an exam, just again, clearing your mind, setting your intentions, and taking on that task at hand. So some good practices for beginners. There's a list of them here, but I'm going to go into each of them individually. So a walking meditation. So just like it sounds, you're going to be outside going for a walk, preferably by yourself, but also safety first. The way that would work is you start by finding a peaceful location. So most often that could be in nature, but whatever you find to be peaceful. And then you're going to walk 10 to 15 steps, pausing and then breathing. And then you're going to observe the environment around you. So you're going to focus on what you see, what you smell, what you hear. You can also do it while you're walking. So you can focus on the sound of your footsteps. You can focus on the cadence of your footsteps. You can feel the sense of the ground beneath you and just focus on that. So again, mindfulness is about being present. So just noticing all the things around you at the given moment, and not allowing your mind to wander and think, what am I going to have for dinner? When is that assignment due? Things like that. So relaxing breathing. So that's the next one that we're going to go into. So the way this one works is you're going to be sitting upright. Again, you can do any posture that you want, but I prefer to do this when sitting, relaxing your shoulders. You want to relax your jaw. The way you can do that is placing the tongue on the hard palate or soft palate, depending where you would like it, but that's just behind the teeth on the upper part. And you make the kind of position if you're gonna cluck like a chicken, so like that. So you put your tongue there and just allow your jaw to just totally relax. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a 4-7 ratio. So 4-second inhale in through the nose, You're going to pause for 7 seconds, so hold that breath, and then you're exhaling through the mouth with the tongue on the roof of the mouth for 8 seconds. So 4, 7, 8. If that sounds like a really long time for you, you can always cut it in half or modify it, but just kind of sticking with those ratios. And then as you get more comfortable with it, you can build and build and build. So the last one that we're going to talk about is metta, or loving kindness meditation. So when I first heard about this meditation style, I did not think that I would enjoy it. It sounds a little bit more spiritual, and I don't consider myself to be overly spiritual, even though I do enjoy meditating and practicing mindfulness. But it ended up being one of the ones that I found to be the most bang for your buck. So that's why I chose that to present that to you today. So how it works is you're going to say a mantra. So that's like a repeated phrase that you pre-select. And it's going to be a mantra that shows loving kindness directed towards yourself, and then others, and then towards all. So I'll give you an example, and the example is in the context of a university course. Maybe it's a course that really stresses you out, and that kind of relates to anybody that isn't in school right now. You've probably been in school and just hated this one course, but we're going to take away the stress. So the mantra that you would say is, you are smart, you are capable, you are loved. And then what you're going to do is have your eyes closed and you're going to visualize. You're going to start with yourself. So visualizing yourself and saying the words to yourself. You are smart, you're capable, you're loved. And you usually repeat that 3 to 4 times, not rushing it, just taking a breath in between each phrase. And then once you've done that, you move on to, say, a good friend. So maybe there's someone that you've taken the course with, and you offer the same mantra to them, visualizing them. You are smart, you're capable, you're loved. Then you're going to pick a neutral person. So maybe it's a classmate that you recognize, maybe you haven't talked to, but you see them often. Again, offer them love and kindness. And then you move on to someone that's difficult in your life. Maybe it's someone that's a teacher's pet, or you just can't stand the sound of their voice in lecture. So despite that person being difficult, you still offer them loving kindness. Then from there, you offer all of the above love and kindness, so all your classmates. And then you do the entire universe, so maybe the entire university or your entire workplace, saying the same mantra, you are smart, you're capable, you are loved. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move into a guided practice. So I'm going to take you through, it's only going to be maybe 2 to 5 minutes, but it'll be a good introduction to what a mindfulness practice kind of looks like. So take a moment to settle into a comfortable position. Allow all of the tension in your body to melt away. Relaxing your jaw, your shoulders, your hands, and your feet. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Now focus in on your breath. Notice how your chest and your belly rises and falls with each breath. Notice where you feel your breath the most. Whether it's your nostrils, whether it's your throat, whether it's your lungs. Notice the temperature of your breath. Notice if the temperature changes between inhale and exhale. Now take the biggest breath that you've taken all day and slowly start to exhale. Now starting to reawaken the body by wiggling your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, you can slowly blink your eyes open. All right, you did it. So that was the first step in mindfulness. So I'll just go over a quick summary of kind of the things that we covered today. So what is mindfulness? So mindfulness is just being present. So not dwelling on the past, not stressed about the future, just enjoying the present. So where you can do it pretty much anywhere, but I suggest a chair, a yoga mat, maybe with a pillow under your knees, um, and somewhere quiet, somewhere comfortable, somewhere free of distractions. And when. So we talked about doing it in the morning as a mental break, preparation for bed, and getting yourself ready for a stressful situation. So benefits of mindfulness. So we talked about the social aspects, the mental aspects, the physical and performance ones. So I could go on and on about each one of those. And then practices for beginners. So that was the walking meditation, the relaxing breathing, so the 4-7-8, and then the loving kindness mantra metta practice that we did. So again, I am Dr. Barrieau, and I am out of Trent Health and Motion, just at the Athletic Center. If you want to follow me or get more content on mindfulness, but also other physical well-being, you can follow me at Barrieau, DC, Doctor of Chiropractic, or you can follow the Trent Health and Motion page.